the month, so let's recap my May. I ended the last month recap by running off to a concert, so of course I have to talk about that first. That was actually the Take Back Your Life tour with Theory of a Deadman and Disturbed, and my cousin was the one who brought me along to that. I was so thankful. I'm not gonna turn down a free concert experience, and it was super, super fun. I gotta say, I didn't realize it was like an emo, depression, addiction, all of my friends are dead sort of tour, because I'm a little slow sometimes. Like, it's literally called Take Back Your Life tour. I probably should have known better. But when the singer started crying on stage, I was standing there so confused. But it ended up being like perfect timing for me to experience that concert. Just all the adrenaline and excitement mixed with the emotion. This month is the anniversary of my like big trauma event. If you watched my Life in May video, you'll kind of get it. But the concert was like in Toronto, and I live like around Toronto. But my ex used to live in Toronto, so even though Toronto's like a huge city, I've always been like scared to go, which I know sounds kind of silly, but just like knowing that he like lives and works there like freaked me out so much. But I was able to go to Toronto and not even really think twice or worry about him, which was kind of nice. That felt like a big deal to me. I don't know if explaining that made any sense to any of you guys, but I just felt like I wanted to include it because I was kind of proud of myself about it. Anyway, I love moshing, but it was my cousin's first time actually. But that made it even more fun in the pit because then, you know, there's a newbie. I'm only 5'2", like I'm fairly small, so everyone's always pretty surprised when I'm like one of the first people to jump in the pit and start moshing with all the big metalhead guys. But everyone called me the ping pong ball, and I thought that was kind of cute. I like it. But my cousin's tiny too, but thankfully we had made a couple friends while we were there, so people were kind of looking out for us at least. And one guy actually had to help us find where we parked after the concert, because we were just so disoriented. You know how it is when you walk out of a concert. We were so disoriented, and we were wandering around for like 20 minutes lost, and we literally parked around the corner. Like, I don't even understand how this happened. It was so embarrassing, but he was super nice. There was also some guys who tried like moshing with their like new vinyl records that they had just bought with like the super inflated concert prices. Not worth it. And that didn't end too well for them. They all ended up broken. I can't imagine how they thought that was gonna end differently, but oh well. And some other guy also got like knocked out, which was kind of crazy. I've never really seen that before, but I hope he was fine. Anyway, it was a really fun time, and I was super thankful for the fun experience to start off my month. I'm just gonna try and go through the month as it happened. So next up is May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, and I didn't do anything new to celebrate, unfortunately, but of course I encouraged everyone to watch my Slave Leah videos. It's like a mandatory tradition, you know how it is. I've been trying to be a lot more social and hang out with my friends, and that involves thinking of what to do, which I'm not really used to doing yet. Usually I'm just used to staying home, so that's been kind of tricky, but we ended up just like going for a walk, which sounds kind of silly, but we just walked for like hours, and it was nice exercise and nice to be outside. And like originally we had planned to do a hike and like go to the forest and all that type of stuff, but by the time we had walked to the forest, we didn't really want to do that considering we had to walk all the way back home again after. But it was really great to just talk and talk and talk for hours and hang out and be social for once. I'm really trying, guys. I'm trying to better myself or something. On the 9th, I uploaded a YouTube video showing off my dildo collection. And I'm honestly kind of proud of it. My collection of co-stars. I feel like I've got a pretty good variety going on, and it just makes videos so much more fun to have a selection like that. I don't know. But I figured it was about time that I showed them off on here, so. Then on the 12th, I uploaded a hub video. It's kind of basic, but I just wanted to do like a thigh-high socks and a panty gag sort of thing, and I did, so that's the outcome. I felt cute. I hope you guys liked it. I don't know. I was having a bit of a rougher day on the 13th, but my boyfriend was in one of his like movie moods, which I never get in. I never really want to go to the movie theater personally, but he does, and it's a fun thing. So we went to the VIP theater to see Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was like a good distraction from how shit my day was. But it was just a nice night. I'll be honest, I did not care for that movie at all. I haven't seen the other two. I don't even know. Marvel's so confusing. But I didn't care about the movie. There's some funny moments in it, but the food and everything was better. I was more than happy for a date night on my bad day. It turned my bad day into a good day. So Mother's Day was kind of rough for me this year after my miscarriage in February. But we went to my boyfriend's dad's for dinner, so it was kind of nice to just be surrounded by family and have good food. So I know technically this is my month recap video, but I don't want to go into too many details about like my past trauma here. So that's why I did make that My Life in May video. It goes into a bit more detail about like my trauma anniversaries and like struggling with Mother's Day this year and all that. And I debated making a video like that for quite some time now, but honestly, I finally just decided to do it. I really just needed to give myself permission to move on from all of it, you know? Because this month usually by default is just horrible, but I didn't want to give it that power this time around. So I can say that this May was of course still a struggle, but I feel much better than I have in the past, and I'm officially back in therapy sessions again now, so it's nice to have that little bit of extra guidance and reassurance through everything. And I specifically sought it out to be getting therapy this month on purpose. So I always try to release my monthly podcast episode near the middle of the month. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that. When I make my schedule, I am so particular with how everything is laid out, but unfortunately, I can't seem to work out like set upload days. So I apologize for that, but there you go, that's a hint. Podcast happens around the middle of the month. But this month's Forever for Your Pleasure episode was called Bus Ride. And I know that sounds like really, really uninteresting, but I promise it is a fantastic episode. And I really loved it myself. I read it, listened to it multiple times. So give it a listen if you haven't yet. It's a fantasy story, of course, with lots of like exhibitionism and almost like a hunter-prey sort of dynamic. So it's really, really hot. For the May long weekend, we went to our family property up north, and it was so nice to get away and get a bunch done up there. May 20th is another bad day for me that I talked about in my Life is May video, but I had a pretty fun, distracting time keeping my mind occupied from that. We dug a bonfire pit so we could have a big fire to end the weekend, and we will definitely be having bonfires all summer long now, which is so exciting. We went to the beach and we walked on the pier, but it was a little bit too cold to get in the water just yet, for me personally, but hopefully we can get a solid beach day in soon because I really want to get a tan. But anyway, we'll be getting up there again soon, hopefully. But my boyfriend that weekend had made a brisket on the barbecue, and I made potato salad and pulled pork and brownies and banana bread. So I had a bunch going on. Oh, and then also while we were up there, I did a bunch more gardening too. My favorite. I planted a couple more trees and also some tomato plants and a bell pepper plant. And I have a bunch more to bring up next time we go up too. So I'm so excited for that again. And I love getting to look after all the plants when we go up there because I've got my little windowsill apartment garden here, but up there it's like I get to go outside. But it's fun. The strawberry patch is struggling a little bit through all the weeds, but I'm really trying to look after it enough, at least, to get some jam made. More about my little garden here, I guess. So last month's Arbor Day, when we had went up north, I bought 2 trees for myself, and this month I finally planted them in their own separate pots. And the dirt I used was a mix of compost, and I accidentally kidnapped a bunch of those little roly-poly bugs, and now they've been living in the pots in my apartment with the trees in them. But it's kind of great because now I have a way to like compost naturally, and it helps my plants, and it's like a whole little natural ecosystem type thing going on. So I'm really enjoying it, actually. But oh my god, I noticed one of the roly-polies was like walking in circles, like it couldn't walk straight, and its entire back half of its body was like turning white, like it looked like it was like half dead or something. It was a roly-poly who couldn't roll, and it was so sad. Couldn't walk straight, the poor thing. But I don't know what happened to it, but I was thinking about it, and I really wanted to let him live out his retirement in my little apartment pots and take care of him, but that wouldn't even be fair. He's a roly-poly who can't roll, you know? So at this point I was already crying, of course, and I had to get my boyfriend to like really, really quickly just stomp on him and put him out of his misery, the poor guy. I felt so bad. I was actually crying about this a little bit. I'm so attached to those little roly-polies right now. And my plants. I love them. I did another thrift haul video, and this one, oh my god, so good, so good, so good. You have to watch it if you haven't yet. I love all of the stuff that I got so much, and it was like the best luck I've ever had while thrifting, I think, which is kind of crazy to say. I feel like I've done a fair share of thrifting in my time, and I easily could have spent over that $100, but even that was such a good haul. I got so much stuff, and I love all of it, seriously. And even just making those videos is so much fun for me, and I know you guys like them too. So overall, just a great time with that. One of my friends and I got together to go to a nursery and buy a bunch of plants. And because now I've mentioned my plants multiple times, I do totally plan on doing a plants update video showing off all my plants in my garden and my grow setup and everything cool going on. I don't know if anyone other than me cares about that, but I just think it is so fun and so cool, and I love plants and gardening, so I'm gonna show it off. I want to share it with you guys, whether you like it or not. But anyway, me and my friend, we had went out for appetizers and drinks and just to talk and whatever after that. And she ended up asking me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding in September, and I'm beyond excited about that. I've only ever been to 3 weddings before, and I've never really gotten to play an important role, so I'm gonna have so much fun with this. The weddings I've been to before, one, I was like really, really little, like I think I was like 6 years old or something, so I barely remember it. The next one, my friend was a guest and I was their +1, so it was literally a stranger. And then the most recent one, it had ended up in a fist fight and the police getting called, and it was a whole disaster. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes. I think it could be really good. It's got a lot of potential compared to my other experiences. But I've already been looking at dresses and scheduling and all the crazy plans, and it's just so fun already. I'm really thankful that I'm gonna have something so big and exciting to look forward to, because her wedding is actually the day after my due date was supposed to be. And when I was pregnant, me and her would like joke about worrying about me going into labor while she was trying to get married. But it'll be nice to get to focus on her big event and support her and all that stuff. My second hub video for this month was just a quick one, but I loved wearing the skirt the whole time. And I know a lot of you ask for squirting more often. So there you go. I'll be honest, squirting is like hard. Like I can do it on command, but it takes a lot of effort. So I don't like doing it very much. Like for me, it's so much better if it just happens naturally. I don't know, whatever. But that video was great. I did like that video. My summer is getting busier and picking up pace really, really quickly, but I am doing my best to stay on top of the 2 hub uploads every single month. I'm trying. I'll do it. I promise. I'm trying. I visited an old coworker at the adult store, my friend, while I was out just running errands, and we were talking and whatever, you know. And next thing you know, we look over, and there's this totally creepy dude, face pressed against the glass, like I'm not kidding, like this, staring in, like it was so freaky, just staring at me. And this obviously weirds us out, and like he didn't even stop after we noticed and made eye contact with him. Like it was like freaky, okay? So what the hell? Keep in mind that this guy has no idea who I am. Like he doesn't know that I used to work there or anything. In his mind, I'm literally just some random girl who's trying to do some shopping in this adult store, minding my business. And he's over here, stop! Don't act like that. And my friend had went out and told him that he needed to leave, and I guess he asked her if there were prostitutes available inside, I guess. And I promise I did not look like a hooker that day. I posted a photo of the outfit on my Instagram. It's not something that hookers wear, as far as I know. But when I left, he was hooting and hollering at me out the parking lot, so I don't know. It was just so weird, so weird, so weird. But thankfully he didn't like follow me or anything while I was trying to get my groceries, and I was able to finish running my errands in peace. But it was just like such a strange thing. Like it was kind of scary, but once I knew that I was okay, it was just like so strange. Like I just don't understand how people act like that. Like it's embarrassing. I don't know. It was just so weird. Such a weird story. It would have made a great story to include in my adult store stories series, actually, but I literally just finished up that series, those regular episodes, this month. I definitely didn't expect weird stuff to still be happening to me there after I quit. I don't know. Like I don't know. That place is cursed, I think, maybe. But anyway, part 9 of Adult Store Stories was the last regular episode, and the next 3 episodes after that one are gonna be like specialty, and they're gonna be focused on creeps, robbers, and prank callers, so that's gonna be like a fun way to kind of wrap that up. Also, I just said that I posted a photo on Instagram. I don't normally promote my Instagram, but while I'm talking about it, I did do a fun little like Q&A just spontaneously on there the other day because I was bored. Because I've just been trying to be a little bit more active on social media and interact with you guys a little bit more. But like it's hard sometimes. Like I'm like, my brain is in so many different places. I'm focused on so many different things. So sometimes I straight up just forget to post on Instagram or something like that, or like, you know what I mean? But I did really enjoy doing that little Q&A story on there and being more personal on there. So yeah, if you guys don't already follow me everywhere, I would recommend that you do. Just because, I don't know, I'm always doing random stuff on every different platform, and if you don't want to miss out, you gotta follow me everywhere then. But that's pretty much that. The month is done. I really tried to make the most out of my May this year, and I think I did. Like, it was still a struggle some days, obviously, but I ended better than I started, I think, and that's what counts. So I hope your May was good, and thanks for watching, and I will see ya in June. Bye!